The bizarre eccentricities of Mark Zuckerberg, money, power, and the metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg is one of the most powerful and enigmatic figures in the tech industry. As the architect of Meta, formerly Facebook, he controls the primary communication infrastructure of much of the globe. However, his immense wealth and singular focus have birthed a series of eccentricities, public scandals, and a precarious future. Here is a breakdown of the complex, money-driven world of Mark Zuckerberg, his empire, and the very real threats that could humble him. 1. The multiple eccentricities and craziness. Zuckerberg's immense wealth has allowed him to blur the lines between ambitious innovation and eccentric obsession. The Augustus Caesar obsession. Zuckerberg is deeply fascinated by Augustus Caesar, the Roman emperor. He named both of his daughters August and Aurelia. He has openly stated that Augustus's ability to establish 200 years of world peace through really harsh, terrible acts influences his own thinking about maintaining control over his empire. Extreme physical transformations. He goes through bizarrely intense physical phases. He went from looking like a pale coder to doing extreme MMA, hydrofoiling in a tuxedo, and surfing while slathered in cartoonish amounts of sunscreen. The Doomsday Bunker? In Hawaii, he is building a massive 6,000 square foot underground compound called Kulau Ranch. It is reportedly self-sufficient, with its own energy and food supplies, featuring blast-resistant doors and an underground shelter. Essentially a billionaire apocalypse bunker. Burning money on the metaverse? His craziness is most evident in his financial conviction. He burned over $40 billion on Reality Labs, the metaverse division, with almost zero return on investment, simply because he believes it is the future of human interaction. Wall Street called him delusional. He told them to be patient. The robot persona. He famously went through years of public perception where people believed he was a literal android. His stiff mannerisms and overly calculated statements during congressional hearings made him seem entirely devoid of normal human emotion. Zuckerberg's business, Meta, is an advertising behemoth. It owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threads. In the USA, he effectively controls a duopoly, alongside Google, on digital advertising. Unmatched political power. Because Facebook and Instagram are where a vast majority of Americans get their news, Zuckerberg wields unprecedented power over U.S. democracy. He has been courted by presidents on both sides of the aisle. The pivot to AI and VR. Realizing that social media growth has peaked, he is desperately trying to turn Meta into an artificial intelligence and virtual reality hardware company to own the next computing platform after the smartphone. Zuckerberg has survived scandals that would have destroyed any other CEO, largely because he holds majority voting shares, meaning no board of directors can fire him. Cambridge Analytica, 2018. The biggest scandal. It was revealed that the data of up to 87 million Facebook users was harvested without consent by a political consulting firm to influence the 2016 US presidential election and the Brexit vote. Zuckerberg is currently worth roughly $150 billion to $170 billion, fluctuating with Meta stock. The timeline. Currently, only a few men, Musk, Arnault, Bezos, hover near the $1 trillion mark. If Meta stock continues its recent aggressive surge, driven by his successful pivot to artificial intelligence, llama models, and cost-cutting layoffs, financial analysts predict Zuckerberg could hit the $1 trillion net worth mark between 2030 and 2035. To get there, he needs Meta's market cap to grow from its current roughly $1.3 trillion to over $3.5 trillion, without him selling much stock. He can't be fired. Because of the way Meta's stock is structured, Class B shares have 10 times the voting power of Class A, Zuckerberg holds over 50% of the voting power. He is an absolute dictator of his company. He's colorblind. He's red-green colorblind, which is why Facebook's primary color is blue. Blue is the richest color for me, he once said. Rejected massive buyouts. He turned down a $1 billion buyout offer from Yahoo in 2006 when Facebook was just a college network. He also rejected offers from Microsoft and Viacom. The $1 salary. Like Steve Jobs, Zuckerberg takes a symbolic $1 annual salary. However, his security detail and private jet travel cost the company over $20 million a year.